Made on Ridgeway Sports Podcast, episode 58. Hunter Keister back with
K-Mac. Let's go.
College Football Playoff Edition. One final night away. We only have another 24 hours in the year of 2022, but we had to finish off one of the last nights of the year with something that we pretty much started in the beginning of 2022, and that would be Made on Ridgeway Sports Podcast. So let's get it. Michigan, TCU, Ohio State, Georgia, going down tomorrow. Michigan, 4 p.m. Eastern. Ohio State, Georgia, 8 p.m. Eastern. And let's get into this show. We got some college basketball that we are going to start with. We're going to talk the bowl games and obviously highlight these two college football playoff matchups that we have been waiting almost, a month for? A month, maybe a little less, maybe a little more, but right around a month. So let's get into it. I don't like to start my podcast on somber news, but this is just too much to not start with and rant about and meme about, as the Michigan Wolverines, who were 7-4, went into Ann Arbor after a nice week off. They take a really close loss. They play really well. They lose to North Carolina. They come back to Ann Arbor. They play Central Michigan, another MAC school. They lost to Eastern Michigan early in the season. They play Central Michigan, and they lose 63-61. I watched all of this game. Kurt didn't see it. So I will tell you, the first half, it's neck and neck. It's a competitive game. It doesn't really get out of hand, or it doesn't really look that bad until you get into the second half for Michigan. The first half, it was just a competitive game back and forth. I think Michigan defensively could have played a little bit better. Hunter Dickinson definitely didn't play well at all, but in the second half, or in the first half, he played okay, I guess. But 6 total rebounds against Central Michigan. Come on, man. They play a 3-guard lineup as it is. It's just like, oh man. Yeah, Juwan Howard. I saw talk about it on Twitter. Juwan Howard's seat has officially gotten hot.
Wow.
Absolutely. With a loss, that's an inexcusable. You can't have that type of loss for Michigan. It just is what it is. Look at this team and how they shot the basketball tonight. We'll start. Terrence Williams, 25 minutes, 1 of 4. 5 rebounds, 1 assist, 1 steal. 3 fouls, 2 points, 1 turnover. That's a starter. Hunter Dickinson, 32 minutes, 3 of 9. 7 of 10 from the free throw line. It seemed like he missed a lot more than that. I'm surprised he shot as well as 7 to 10 from the line. Because he went 1 of 1. It seemed like quite a bit from the free throw line tonight. But he shot better than I thought he did, at least. He ends up with 6 total rebounds against these small-ass Central Michigan, if you want to call them big men. Yeah. And Hunter Dickinson, 7 foot. You gotta be kidding me. You gotta be kidding me, Dickinson. He records 13 points, but, oh man. One of Hunter Dickinson's worst games at Michigan, and it's against the inexcusable team. If you're going to get shut down, make it be like one of the top teams in the country, not Central Michigan. It's just such a bad look. We'll move on. Jett Howard plays 38 minutes. He shoots 4 of 14. In the second half, down the stretch, he shot at least, I would say, 4 threes and missed every single one of them within like 5 minutes left to go in the game or something like that. He shoots 4 of 14, 3 of 11 from 3, 3 of 4 from the foul line. What do you have, 12 points?
Yeah.
1 of 2 from the foul line. He was 1 of 2 from the foul line for 12 points. He records 2 rebounds, 2 assists, 2 steals, 1 turnover, 1 foul. Terrible game for Jett Howard as well in this one. Central Michigan did come to play. I'm not going to lie. Especially in that first half. They were just playing some great basketball. And Michigan was playing good. but Central Michigan was just making really tough shots. I don't think Michigan really fell apart until the second half, especially near the end. Inexcusable, man. Like I said, Juwan Howard. Oh man. Kurt, what do you think? What do you think when you see this game? Since you didn't see this,
I think the biggest thing to me is getting out rebounded.
Yeah.
You know, if Hunter Dickinson's the best player on the team, then these are games he needs to show up to.
32-44, 12 more rebounds.
That means we're not boxing people out. We're getting out physicaled by a lesser team, and that's just a no bueno.
Defensive rebounds, 27-21. That makes or breaks the game right there. And then you're not really offensive rebounds. You're 11-17.
Shooting 20 from 57, 35% isn't that good either.
We shot 27% from 3 compared to their 20%.
They shot a lot more threes though.
Yeah, 6-29. We were 6-22. 40% from the field compared to 35. They shot 83%. See, that's the difference right there. We just couldn't make free throws. We missed a lot of just free throws, man. Like, wow.
Dickinson stands out to me on that for sure.
He has to. He's the leader of the team, the All-American. Somebody that we expected to get drafted highly. And at this point, with games like this, good God, who knows? You know what I mean? Who knows?
Yeah, it's not a good look. Not a good look.
Unbelievable, Michigan. You got to get it together. I tweeted last night, but they got to get it together. They got some work to do. Howard's got some work to do for sure. Michigan now sits 7-5, and will open up conference play on Sunday against Maryland at 4:30.
I'm sure we'll touch on that.
The season really also gets going as there will definitely be no more breaks. This team's going to play a lot of basketball, and this to me for Michigan is a season defining
make or break moment.
This is a make or break moment because Michigan either crumbles with the humility of losing this game, or they say it's garbage. We can't have this anymore. We need to play better. And we'll see. They got to come back Sunday. They play at home once again. They got 2 more games at home before they play Michigan State on the road January 7th. So, you got 2 more games. They're in Ann Arbor. We need wins.
Let's win them.
We need to see what this team's made of.
Let's actually box out.
Let's see Hunter Dickinson take charge and really...
This man should be averaging a double-double every night.
He needs to make up for this garbage game that he's had.
I mean... Can we get 20 or 18 and 10 boards and 4 assists?
Right.
Because instantly what
couple blocks. Give us a couple blocks on the defensive end.
A block or 2.
That's when he's at his best. When he's blocking, rim protecting, rebounding, that's what Dickinson needs to do. Not stand at the 3-point line and shoot 3-pointers. Oh man. Oh, it's.
I like him down low. Keep him down low, and he's got to work on his interior game. Yeah,
this is a season-defining moment. Michigan sits 5th in the Big Ten, right behind Ohio State. Ohio State's got a record of 9-3. Michigan 7-5. This is make or break time for Michigan.
Sunday.
Juwan Howard got to quickly get these guys ready, and we need to see them come out and take it to Maryland, who currently sits right in the mix, right 2 spots below Michigan right now. So this is a big game. Let's go, Michigan. You got to come out stronger than that. This podcast is mostly going to be about football, but you just can't. You can't take a loss like that and us not at least flame you a little bit for it. So, I mean, I will give Central Michigan their credit. I want to go to the box score and let's look. I mean, so did anybody really stand out? Buffkin. Okay, I did want to talk about that. Real quick, Buffkin, 6 of 14. He still doesn't shoot well. 1 of 5 from 3, but he was 3 of 3 from the foul line. 4 rebounds, 2 assists. He played decent in the second half. I thought he played all right. He was definitely our shining star in this one if we had one. Tess Tedder played well off the bench, I thought. He had 3 rebounds. Terrence Reed had 3 rebounds. Look at that. Dickinson in a whole game with all those more minutes is getting 6 rebounds, and we got 2 guys on the bench 3-3. Come on, Dickinson. I thought that Teskeder and Reed both looked better on the defensive end. Teskeder with 2 blocks. I thought they both looked better on the defensive end.
It'd be different if he only got 6 boards and the rest of the team had like 8 more boards. But he's not even boxing out, so it's either him or nobody else gets it.
Right. Yeah, nobody else really worth mentioning. And for Central Michigan, I mean, we got really killed by this Bass. The Bass guy hit a 3. He hit like I think he like shot faked and then threw it back up right at the buzzer. Yeah. He hit a nasty 3 to beat us right at like with 12 seconds left. Oh, it was nasty. I was pissed. Michigan's playing great defense and then he just throws up some crazy 3 and it just swishes in. I'm just like, you gotta be. I was like, well, I knew we were gonna lose.
We shouldn't have been in that position.
Right. He shot 5 of 15, but he shot 4 of 11 from 3, but made him when it counted. Yeah, I mean, nobody really shot well in this game, but Central Michigan gets it done. They get a win. They improve to 5-8. Michigan drops to 7-5, and we are going to quickly get off of that basketball topic because I don't want to talk about it anymore. It makes me very sad.
Very.
We should not. I don't even know if we'll make that IT at this point, and we should not be talking about that with Michigan, man. Come on. All right, on to greener topics at this point. All right, picking it back up, we're going to get into some of this bowl season. Picking it back up Thursday, December 29th, Bad Boy Mowers Pinstripe Bowl. You see Minnesota with a 28-20 victory over Syracuse. All right, Florida State, Oklahoma. Like, Cheez It Bowl. Nobody talked about this game. 35-32. There's been a bunch of this. A lot of these bowl games are really good, too. And me and Kurt were talking about the fact that these smaller bowl games weren't even really advertised or talked about at all.
No.
And regardless of the matchups being, a lot of them being really, really good. And I just think that it's truly sad that of the state of bowl season in college football. If it's not the playoffs or one of these New Year's Sixes, it's not talked about at all. Alamo Bowl, 27-20, Washington over Texas. What a game. See, some of these games I wish I would have watched, but I just didn't know about them, to be honest.
No, how would you have known?
Right.
They didn't talk about any of these games.
Yeah, that's what I mean. I'm just looking at these scores, I'm like, dang, Thursday, I mean, if these are, I don't know if they were on during the day, but if these are on at night, like, I would have loved to turn some of these games on, right?
All one-score games.
Yeah. Friday, December 30th, Duke's Mayo Bowl. Maryland 16, NC State 12. Tony the Tiger Sun Bowl. Pittsburgh 37, UCLA 35. You got the the Taxslayer Gator Bowl. 45-38, Notre Dame over South Carolina.
Another one-score game.
Barstool Sports Arizona Bowl. Has not happened yet. I think that might be going on right now, yes, as well as the Clemson-Tennessee game that is happening at this very moment. The Wyoming-Ohio game is in OT right now, with Ohio up 30-27. Oh, they win it! Ohio!
It's already over.
Ohio beats Wyoming 30-27 in OT. Okay, so that game already won final, 30-27, and then you have Clemson and Tennessee. Joe Milton looking pretty good early. I'm pretty sure Clemson already missed a field goal opportunity. But
Capital One Orange Bowl.
Look at that. Capital One Orange Bowl. 6 for 7, and you just hear nothing about it all week long.
Teams that barely missed the playoffs, and you wouldn't even know they're playing.
Nope. If you didn't look at ESPN today, you wouldn't have known. It's just absolutely insane how under coverage these are, especially
under-promoted, under-advertised.
Especially with the whole month off that the playoffs have. Why are you not pushing these games? It just doesn't make sense
Leading up to, hey, here's what's happening tomorrow, even bigger games. But here, these are great too.
Yeah, absolutely. I think the NCAA in general is just fumbling on that entirely. That was all we could cover as Clemson and Tennessee is into the second quarter. 7-0 Tennessee, as I said. Clemson has the ball. And that will do it for the smaller bowl games.
Yeah, quick recap since Wednesday.
That's pretty much all we can cover since Wednesday. But we do have to get into the games tomorrow. Yeah, look at all these games tomorrow. You would just look. Alright, prime example. Like, I get you know obviously about the playoff games. But I had no idea that at noon, Alabama Kansas State play. I didn't know that.
The Sugar Bowl.
I mean, Kentucky, Iowa is meh, so I don't really, I don't really care about that. But
Blah.
why are you not telling me that before these playoff games that I'm gonna watch, I can watch Alabama Kansas State? Because I didn't know that. And now I'll make sure at noon that I'm already watching college football, because I wouldn't really put on watching anything until Michigan TCU at 4 p.m.
Yeah.
So it is crazy how under televised these games are. But I'll hop off my soapbox now. So we got Alabama, Kansas State. Kurt, Sugar Bowl, what do you think?
I think this is going to be a great game Saturday afternoon. I see a lot of offense, a lot of scoring in this game between Bryce Young and Alabama versus Kansas State. After
Clemson!
After that big game.
Another field goal miss!
Against TCU.
Oh, man. Sorry, Clemson just shanked their second field goal to the right. And 7-0 Tennessee, it remains.
But getting back to this game, the Sugar Bowl used to be one of the biggest bowls too back then. So to have this on Saturday, before all the playoff games, they should be talking about this game too. It's a big game for both teams. Let's see what Kansas State's all about.
Yeah,
I like this to be a close, high-scoring game.
This gives Kansas State, this would give them crazy momentum. A Sugar Bowl victory, a huge win over an SEC opponent in Alabama. That's huge momentum going into the next year and the Big 12 season. So, yeah, let's see
Alabama's favored by 7.
Yeah, let's see how Alabama responds to barely missing the playoffs for the first time. And Kansas State, what can they do against Alabama? That's going to be a huge game. And you know what? That's at noon. That's perfect time, right before the playoff games. Nice little warm-up.
I'm going to pick Kansas State to win that.
You're picking Kansas State?
Yeah, give me the underdog.
I like Kansas State in this game, too. I like the underdog as well, to be honest. Vaughn's played very well. I don't know. I think that Kansas State's going to want this game. I do think Alabama comes to play, and I think it's a very close game. I could see this being a touchdown shootout type of game.
That's what I'm thinking.
High scoring, like 38-31 Kansas State.
I like Kansas State 35 or 38 to Alabama 32 or 35.
That's fair.
Within 3.
Yep.
It'll be a close game for sure if Kansas State wins it.
Yeah, I think this game has a lot of potential to be a barn burner. Great game in the morning. Great game at noon. Love to see it. Iowa, Kentucky will also be on at noon. Music City Bowl. Kurt, pick it.
Oh, jeez.
Iowa. Cade. Eric All. Why?
Yeah, they end up going to Iowa. Looks like they're giving Iowa to be the favorite 2.5 points. I feel like
that Iowa.
I like Iowa's defense, but man, their offense is just you could fall asleep watching that.
Yeah, I think I'm picking Will Lewis and Kentucky by.
I think Kentucky's a better team.
I'm picking Kentucky by 10, 24-14.
Give me Kentucky, 20-10. Iowa's defense will hang in, but their offense,
trash. It's trash.
Not sure what Cade's what he's seeing there, but
right.
Okay.
Good luck, buddy.
But most people will be watching the other games, so.
All right. None other. It's time to talk about the 4 p.m. matchup, college football semifinal, Fiesta Bowl from Arizona. The number 2 ranked, undefeated Michigan Wolverines, 13-0, take on the 12-1, 3-seeded TCU Horned Frogs in Arizona.
Woo.
Kurt, let's go. It's been a whole month since we talked college football, basically. And it's time now. From Glendale, Arizona, Max Duggan versus J.J. McCarthy. You got Donovan Edwards from Michigan. You got
Quentin Johnston.
TCU, a really, really good receiver. Blake Corum is obviously out for Michigan, unfortunately, which means the second string Donovan Edwards will have to play a big part in this game if they want to win. He played a huge part in the second half of the Ohio State game, so hopefully he can be a bigger part as his hand has only healed more in the month off. Most of Michigan's defensive players that missed time will be back. Mike Morris says he feels great. He will play. Andrew Anthony had an ankle injury. He says he is good to play. Only missing Blake Corum. And other than that, you're healthy. And on the TCU side, I think a lot of these Michigan fans are not giving TCU enough credit. I'm going to talk my cons on TCU in a second. And I'll tell you, who I think will win and why in a second. But let me give TCU praise. They lose one game on the season. Right? They play flawless all through the year. Max Duggan, he's one of those guys he's another, one of those scary guys because he plays with his heart so much, right? Like, he lost that game, and they didn't know if he would make it, and he was up on the podium with tears, right? Because he wanted to win that bad. Max Duggan is the quarterback that plays with true heart, and he reminds me a lot of what J.J. McCarthy has brought to Michigan this season. And I think that these guys are going to duel it out. And I don't know if Michigan will have as easy or as much success as some of our fan base is thinking we will. Who knows, though? Only time will tell. But looking at this matchup, I mean, there's studs on both sides of the ball for both teams. I mean, this is a pretty even match. Kurt, what do you make of it?
Michigan versus TCU tomorrow. It's the first college football playoff matchup of the day. TCU, I see them being pretty similar to Cincinnati. They definitely deserve to get in. I think 3 is good for them, and I think this matchup tomorrow it's going to be pretty competitive. But I'm getting very big Purdue vibes from this game. I think Max Duggan's going to play pretty solid for them. He's not going to kill them, but I see them staying in this game until the second half when we'll make adjustments, and they might make some adjustments, but I think it's going to be a good solid win tomorrow. And I definitely think Max Duggan's legit, though. That's for sure. Being the Heisman candidate is no joke.
Yeah.
And he's a big reason why they've been so good this year. Close games, but they're still wins, and they have a close loss in their final game, the last one they just played.
Yep.
But still, it was an overtime. It was a close game.
Yep.
Still playing good ball. It's like they got thrashed.
Yeah, they definitely deserve to make it. No, there was no question on Alabama. Get out of here. Miss me with the SEC garbage. You had 2 losses. They were bad. TCU had an overtime loss again in their championship game that you didn't make your championship for your conference. So there was just no question to me that TCU deserves to be here. They deserve to be 3 over Ohio State, in my opinion. This is exactly the matchup how it should be. And I'm glad it's laid out this way with Michigan TCU first, Ohio State Georgia second. And, I'm very excited. But Max Duggan plays with heart, and so does JJ, man. I mean, but to me, this is how I see the matchup going. I see the matchup. This is going to be a pretty close first half. I like Michigan to score first. I like them to get a touchdown. I don't know if it'll be on their first drive. It might take them, a drive or 2 to get warmed up. But I like Michigan to strike first. I like Michigan to also go into the locker room with a slim lead, maybe like 17-13.
Yep.
I like them to go into the break. I like them to make their necessary adjustments. Jesse Minter has proved to be a phenomenal defensive coordinator. And this defense is better than last year for sure. Improved on the elite defense from last year and has only gotten better. And I like Michigan to put their feet on the gas. I like TCU to score a couple more times. And I like the final to this one to be around a 35-21 or 24.
That's insane.
Win.
Yeah, I was going to say for me, it's probably 34-20 or 34-17. I'll give them 17. we only allow close to 14 points a game. I mean, like I said, like the Purdue game, they'll get their plays.
Yep.
It's not going to be like they're getting shut out.
Max Duggan is like his versatility is going to show, especially the way our defense plays. I bet we'll get gassed with a run a couple times. Like they're going to get theirs. That's what we have to realize. Like, but what Michigan can't do is get behind. Right? If TCU is going to get theirs, fine. But we gotta make sure we're at least keeping pace, at the very least, and making it hard on them. We cannot afford to get down, because if Max Duggan smells blood in the water, he's the type that'll give us a kill shot, and we'll get put out just like that. And all this hard work and all this for nothing, to lose in the semifinals once again. I don't see that happening though. I think Michigan is focused. They got their butts whooped last year, and they grew as a team, and they got better, and they've shown that to me. And I think they get a big 35-21 to 24 win, and they will go and play for a national championship. Unbelievable, man. Unbelievable. Can't believe it. After the last couple years that we've had with Harbaugh, I cannot believe we are seeing Michigan in the college football playoff semifinal for the second year in a row. Mm-hmm. They won the Big Ten for the second year in a row. They beat Ohio State for the second year in a row. And now they try to
this is what they wanted.
Make a college football national championship. They've proven all year long they're a second half team this year. The adjustments they've made have been good, and
that's what I'm expecting again.
Let's see the TCU game plan, man. I'm really excited to see how TCU game plans for this game.
They're definitely looking to stop the run first.
Right.
That's 100%. That's all their game plans though.
But JJ showed it at the Ohio State. You can game plan to stop the run, and I'll beat you with my pass.
Yeah, that's fine. I mean, you can leave one-on-one with our tight ends. Good luck with that.
My God.
Schoonmaker and Loveland.
Kurt.
What?
Clemson. Third field goal.
Oh! Oh! Oh,
Wide left!
Big man!
Wide left! That's three missed field goals for Clemson in this game. 3 misses. Oh, man. But, yeah, we both like Michigan by a couple of scores. We like a competitive first half and Michigan to pull away a little bit in the second and compete for a national championship. So, Kurt, we must talk about the other side of the bracket, the other semifinal game, the 8 p.m. showdown. Number 4 seeded Ohio State takes on the Georgia Bulldogs in Atlanta, Georgia.
Yep.
Hometown. Georgia with the hometown game in the playoffs, and you know the Mercedes-Benz Stadium is going to be filled with Georgia fans. I'm excited to see what Ohio State can do, because they're usually pretty good at traveling. So we'll see what kind of dent they can make into that.
Chick-fil-A Peach Bowl.
Into that, but the Chick-fil-A Peach Bowl is the other bowl of choice. And Kurt, let's dive into this matchup. 4 versus 1, Ohio State versus Georgia. How's it go down, Kurt?
I have very indifferent, mixed emotions and feelings about this game.
I think it can either go one of two ways, right? And it's either like close or beat down. You know, it's like for me, it's one of those, one or the other.
I've seen I'm gonna say, analyzing this matchup, just straight up, just telling the honest truth, at least from what I've seen. I think Ohio State has a lot of leaks that they just try to hide. You know, there's been a lot of moments this year in games where they could have gotten taken advantage of. You know, that Penn State game was a big crack to me. I was like, yeah, if that's us, we smoke them. Yeah. And what do you know? Yep. But you know, I look at moments like that, and even versus Notre Dame, just these moments where they were able to pull out. Yeah, but it wasn't like there was times they could have gotten taken advantage of.
Right.
And when I look at Georgia, you know, I've seen some pretty couple close games where they were down at half. I think there was one this year. I can't remember who it was, but it was someone. But I'm going to go with, you know, if Ohio State had Jackson Smith-Njigba, right?
In Jigba?
Yeah.
Something like that.
Yeah. You know, because there were talks of him being available for this game after they got chosen. Then he got initially ruled out real quick. I was kind of like, you know, because Ohio State has the skill position players to really give Georgia fits, but I just feel like physically and just in the trenches, Ohio State really ain't about it.
All right.
I feel like Georgia could just physically out-manhandle them in this matchup, similar to how it went against us last year.
Yeah, it's going to definitely come down to Stenson Bennett versus that Ohio State defense.
And C.J. Stroud in that offense, man, they can't be... If they play like they did against us the second half, it's a wrap for sure.
Yeah.
Because they got shut out second half.
Right. Bennett versus that Ohio State defense.
So Stroud in that offense is going to have to play legit, serious, good ball tomorrow to win this game. And I don't think they do it.
Right.
I lay Georgia probably... Man, does Georgia score 30?
Oh.
I mean, I probably like Georgia like 28-14.
Fair.
I think I'll go with that. I think Ohio State's offense is going to be in some trouble tomorrow.
Yeah. For me, it comes down to Stenson Bennett versus that Ohio State defense. What can Ohio State's defense look like? Can they stop the run well? Because if Bennett's able to, play off the run play action, his defense can stay, on the sideline and rested and ready for that Ohio State offense, I think that Georgia can very easily and very quickly run away with this matchup. I think Ohio State's, they have both their running backs back, so I think Ohio State's game plan needs to be control the clock, run the ball,
But they never commit to it, though.
Right, and play to your strength of your offense, but with Ryan Day, who knows? Who knows what he does? Kirby Smart's also an exceptional coach, especially with second half adjustments.
He was crazy.
And Ohio State has not been the best coming out of the locker room this season, which is very unlike them for sure. But it's real interesting. But to be honest, I just don't think Ohio State has it this year. I liked right around the 21. I'll say Georgia gets maybe like 27. Maybe like a 27-17. Yeah. I like 27-17. Ohio State keeps it close, but Georgia kind of controls it. And then eventually pulls away, wins by 10. And so my national championship will be the second-ranked Michigan Wolverines taking on the number one ranked Georgia Bulldogs for the second straight year. This time it will be for a national championship from SoFi Stadium in LA.
Woo! Imagine that.
Imagine that. Either way, I just hope Michigan makes it in, man. I don't care who wins that other game, but please, Michigan, please come ready to play and just take it to TCU. Put them out early and go. Let's go.
I'm not even going to talk about it happening because
right.
I'm feeling pretty great about this game. This team is just different.
Right.
They look locked in. They're talking about this doesn't feel like a celebration. This feels like business. And I was like, okay, yeah, they're about it then. Referring to last year, they were just happy to even get this far, but this year their standard is it's win it all.
Yeah.
So it was nice to get a break. Hopefully that doesn't delay things.
Yeah.
Hopefully we don't start out sluggish.
I'm glad people got healthy, but we also could come out slow with the
we better
break.
be awake and ready to go.
Yeah.
TCU ain't got nothing to lose.
Yeah. Yep. TCU is gonna be swinging for the fences.
So we got ready for fake punts,
yep.
fake field goals.
Going for it all.
They're going for it in fourth and shorts every time.
Michigan the traditional stuff, but TCU, they're coming with everything they got. Like Kurt said, they got nothing else to lose. Nobody else thinks they should be here. Everybody's gonna probably pick Michigan when the picks come out. So TCU that's a scary team. When a team's got nothing to lose, that's a scary team to play against.
Play loose, they're not playing nervous.
Max Duggan is a great leader for that type of team. So they're gonna come and they're gonna take it to Michigan. I can tell you that. It's gonna be a slugfest, but I think our boys get it done. Let's go blue, and Yeah, I think that'll pretty much do it.
We'll be here the next time when we make it.
Yep, and we will see you. We'll see you whenever we see you again. As we are ready. Let's go. Playoff action. Let's go Blue, man. Let's go. I'm ready. I hope Michigan plays with everything they got, and I hope for some great football tomorrow. Happy New Year's from Made on Ridgeway Sports Podcast. Thank you guys for an incredible start. 2022 was just the start. We didn't even really hit it as hard as I wanted to, but I promise you 2023, we are coming with everything I got because we're going to make it big, and that's all I got. Happy New Year's. Enjoy the games responsibly. Have fun. And most importantly, go Blue. Alright, and we are back. Coming at you Sunday afternoon after the playoff semifinals took place yesterday, Saturday, December 31st, New Year's Eve. And we had some games were played. Some playoff games were played. I don't know if you can call them good games. I don't know what you can call it. But I'm going to rip the Band-Aid off. We're just going to start with number 3 TCU versus number 2 Michigan. The game starts out a 14-0 first quarter by TCU. TCU gets 7 in the second quarter. Michigan gets 6, 21-6 going into the locker room. Michigan gets 24 in the third. TCU puts up 20 though. Michigan finds 15 points in the fourth, falls short. TCU puts up 10 more, and it's 51-45. All right, Kurt. Well, let's rip the Band-Aid off. What do you? I guess to start off, I guess for both these games, I want your one-word reaction to each of these games.
To Michigan and TCU, I'm going to go with unreal. And my one-word reaction to Ohio State, Georgia, I'm going to use the acronym IDC. I don't care. I don't care because whatever's going to happen with that game was going to happen. I don't care. But we did not take care of business.
Nope. No, we did not.
So, by far, the worst Michigan loss ever for me.
Yeah.
To be quite frankly honest with you.
With everything considered and everything on the line, and how favored heavily Michigan was, and then just how the game played out from start to finish, I think you'd have to call this one of the worst Michigan losses. Especially if you're anywhere near the age of 25.
Yeah.
I think it's one of the worst. That definitely top 3 worst that we've seen in any sport. I mean, this one, all that I can really say, if I would give a one-word reaction, is devastated as a Michigan fan. It's devastated. I think as a team, they're devastated because they know the potential they had. I think devastated is a good word because we were devastated by an injury late, and I'm not gonna pull it because TCU played a great game, and before I even say anything about that game, congratulations to them. Max Duggan did what he had to, and what I said he would have to win this game when he played with his heart. 14 for 29 for Max Duggan, 225 and 2 touchdowns. Yes, he had a couple short passes go a long way, but he made the plays. Put the ball in the end zone when he was getting slammed by a defender on the blitz, and he just made some incredible plays when he needed to. And they find a way to get it done. I mean, on the Michigan sideline, JJ, 20 of 34, 343, 2 touchdowns, 2 interceptions. That's a good game for JJ. That's a good game. I would say a back and forth game. definitely a lot of ups and downs for him, specifically in this game.
Yeah, I have a lot to say in a different way. Honestly, our coaching staff was abysmal yesterday. Very poorly coached game. I don't blame the players at all. A lot of people are all really putting on JJ, and yeah, the 2 pick sixes definitely messed things up, especially that first one, and then already starting on a deficit. That second one was pretty bad too, which could have been a dagger, but we still kept fighting. But without him, we're not even in this game. I feel like he made a lot of great plays, but I mean, you're just talking the 2 pick sixes. That's a 14-point swing, and then the red zone play calling. What was that?
Yeah.
What was that?
I think that offensive coordinator, I mean, I don't think nobody really deserved to get fired or anything, but I think the offensive coordinator is once again a spot that the Michigan football team needs to look at going into the offseason and going into the next year, because this 2 offensive coordinator, whatever happened with the play calling, just did not work. The whole year we struggled with red zone. Even with somebody like Blake Corum, we still couldn't score in the red zone. And when it mattered most, we couldn't score in the red zone. And we left too many drives, and we had too many opportunities squandered in a lot of different ways. And Michigan was, quite frankly, lucky to be in it at the end.
Yeah.
And if it wasn't for stellar defensive play, they're not even talked about in this game. And they just get ran off in the second half, and they lose by 20 plus, but instead it's a 6-point loss because the defense played their behinds off. The offense got it together. I mean, the defense, they were tired in the second half, so they gave us some drives, but TCU's gonna get theirs, and it was a game. It went to TCU's plan accordingly. This was a Big 12 game for them, and they won it 51-45. They were able to take the Michigan defense and that aspect completely out of this game. Their running back goes for 150 yards. They outrushed us 263 to 186. When do you see a Michigan team get outrushed, right?
Literally.
If you're looking at the stats, that's really as far as you need to look.
We had no run game.
No.
This was very similar to how in Georgia we got down early and got in trouble.
Yeah.
We're not built. This team's not built for playing games like this. That's not what we are.
Right.
We want to use the run game, play smash mouth, have long drives, and then play good defense and get you off the field.
Yep. And for Michigan to get outrushed in this game, I mean, Donovan Edwards, for him to still end up with 119 is crazy to me. For him to still average 5.2 a carry is crazy to me because...
inflated numbers.
They definitely were.
Inflated from that 60-yard rush play
Yeah.
on the first drive.
Yeah.
Because then you're looking at 22 carries.
That's fair. Yeah.
For 59 yards.
Yeah,
that's like that's less than 3 yards per carry roughly.
Yeah.
So they played. That's what it was to me.
Yeah, the rushing game just
we got down early and couldn't use the run game.
Right.
And we tried it. We just got handled.
I mean, Jay just showed that he can be that gunslinging type of guy that we need, though. I think that's very important. Ronnie Bell with the insane send off in his final game in a Michigan uniform. 6 receptions, a $135, 1 touchdown, a 44-yard long. Roman Wilson, 5 for 104 and a touchdown. Should have been 2. Let's just say that right now. As we get into this game, what happened, the refs were bad on both sides, and I'll say that right now. But there's a couple big key moments that the referees, especially on the side of going against Michigan, they just missed. They just blatantly missed. There's a textbook targeting call in this game that is reversed. The definition of the rule, mind you, that's what that play was. It was the definition of targeting, and it was called not targeting. So that play right there automatically needs to make the targeting rule be looked at again. Because if that's not targeting, then it needs to be looked at again. Unbelievable, man. Michigan fumbled on the 1-yard line after a clear as day touchdown is wiped off the board. I'm not going to sit here and blame the rest, but I'm not going to say they weren't a factor. That's all I'm going to say.
I'm not putting any blame in that, though. We had our chances and blew it.
Yeah.
2 pick sixes, the fumble at the 1, and then we went for it on 4th and goal on our first drive. That's 28 points we could have had.
Right.
Literally. I think for me it was just, I wasn't in favor of going for it on 4th and goal. I really wasn't. I was cool with the points there.
1 sack the entire game is crazy to think about as well.
That was because when we blitzed, we didn't get to him.
Yeah. Max Duggan was able to step up and make a lot of plays.
He definitely came up on some key plays, but I feel like we honestly did pretty good against him.
Right.
When you really think about it, it's like, man, that one play wasn't even him.
Right.
It was because E.J. Turner whiffed on a horrible attempt at a tackle.
Yep.
Oh my goodness, that was atrocious. We got it to within 3. We're down 38-41, and then boom, touchdown. I was like, yo, come on. Every time we get within striking distance, they just made a big play because we would blitz.
Yeah.
And I did not understand why we're blitzing DBs.
Right. A lot of weird blitzes. I just felt like it was a poorly called
Should
game.
have rushed forward and dropped some more players in coverage.
As much as we talk about this game and how bad it was called on the offensive side, Jesse Minster blitzed a lot in a lot of bad places and got burnt for it. And I think he should be held just as accountable.
Literally on their 2 key plays, we blitzed.
Right.
And that's why it contributed to scoring. The 3rd and 7, and then that run play.
Right.
We blitzed everyone, and there was nobody in the second level to at least slow them down or get to them. Two key plays where we blitzed, and it didn't work. And there was another one where we blitzed the corner that was covering Quentin Johnston. Don't understand the blitzes. I don't get them. Definitely questionable. But I mean, at the same time, the defense got them 3 takeaways, so they contributed to actually keeping us in the game. To be honest with you, yet they killed us in a sense. It's just crazy. Crazy.
I don't even know what to say. I really don't know what to say.
Coaching. That's all I gotta say.
Coaching killed this season. And I mean, hats off to Michigan for an incredible season. Back-to-back Big Ten champions. They beat Michigan State. They get Paul Bunyan back. They beat Ohio State once again, this time in Columbus. And it's a great year. 13-1. 1 game short of the national championship. And all you can do is look towards the future at this point.
Attempt to.
And try to look at the positives to what this team will retain for next season and what they will bring back as they look to replicate their success. But this one is going to sting for a very long time. I think that is very easy to say.
What a shame. Do
Do you have anything more to add? Because I think I'm done talking about it.
Yeah, I think we're good. It's just what a shame.
Yeah.
What a shame.
It hurts. I'm already trying to put it past us. So
won't be able to do that for a long time.
Right. But for now, we're gonna quickly cover the Georgia Ohio State game. I'm not gonna talk too poorly on Ohio State, especially because C.J. Stroud played a phenomenal game. His best game as a college player. And, you know, this is the C.J. Stroud that everybody was afraid of, and it just came too late to Ohio State, in my opinion. 23 of 34, 348, 4 touchdowns, no interceptions. On the ground, Dallin Hayden led the way, 9 for 43, but Stroud, 12 rushes for 34, and that is the difference right there. Him just making those little plays with his legs kept Ohio State in this game. They lose this game eventually 42-41 after an incredible game. Georgia drives down and scores, leaving Ohio State 1 minute left in the game. Ohio State drives down, gets their kicker in a position to kick what I believe was a 50-yard field goal.
A 50-yard field
goal to win the game in advance. And the kick goes wide left, and Ohio State falls 42-41 in the Peach Bowl. So the national championship will be TCU Georgia. Looking at this game, for the Ohio State receivers. Mbuka leads the way again. 8 for 112 and a touchdown. Marvin Harrison is incredible, dude. 5 for 106 and 2 scores. I cannot wait for him to leave Ohio State. That man, Marvin Harrison, is an incredible receiver. Julian Fleming gets his 5 for 71. But that trio of receivers is just going to be good, and they're going to be all back for next year. So
Fun.
Let's look at, dang, that's crazy. Stroud, 23 of 34. Stetson Bennett, 23 of 34.
Wow.
398 for Stetson Bennett. 3 touchdowns, 1 pick for his day. But his team is able to do what they have to, and they find a way.
I mean, they came back
to win. They find a way to win. They find a way to come back. McIntosh.
They were down 10 points in the third quarter, 38-28, and then they scored 18 in the fourth.
Yep.
Down to the very last
Compared
play.
to Ohio State only putting up 3 when it matters most in the fourth. They've been notorious for being a second half, fourth quarter team. And tonight, Ohio State crumbled. They put up 3 in the fourth. It's not enough. 42-41 Georgia. McIntosh 5 for 70. Dejon Edwards 8 for 58. Milton puts in 3 for 26 and 1 rushing touchdown. Stetson Bennett had a rushing touchdown. Arion Smith 3 for 129 and a touchdown. He had a 76-yard long. Brock Bowers puts in 4 for 64. McIntosh puts in 5 for 56. Adonai Mitchell 3 for 43. Not bad. I mean, this game was a really good one. I watched bits and pieces as I tried to cope with the Michigan game, but it was just hard to enjoy any type of football after that game, to be completely honest. I watched it. It was a good game, but Georgia TCU now in the final. So that'll be an interesting national championship. I definitely care a whole lot less now, but it'll definitely be a good game. Hopefully it's a good game to watch. Kurt, any comments on this game?
Ohio State played pretty good.
I think you can't really be mad, especially with the expectations. If you're an Ohio State fan, I feel like that's the best you really could ask for, because everybody thought you were going to get blown out by 40. So for y'all to be in this game and to have a chance to win, y'all shouldn't be too mad.
Yeah. Honestly, this is the game they blew.
Right.
Just like, anyways. No, but, wow, what a really high-scoring game. 41-42. A lot of points scored yesterday. Holy smokes.
Right.
So much for defense.
Good playoff game.
So now Georgia will play TCU.
Georgia and TCU are going to play in the national championship. The 1 seed versus the 3 seed.
Boo.
Ouch. That's all I got to say at this point. Well, instead of just sitting here and pondering on our thoughts, I think we're going to close out this podcast, because at this point, there's nothing else that really needed to be added. Made on Ridgeway Sports Podcast. Finishing off. It's a somber start to the year, but let's have an amazing 2023. Happy New Year to everybody. I hope all you Michigan fans find something else to enjoy, and I hope you guys aren't just down in the dumps as bad as I am. But for the diehards, just stay strong. Our time is coming eventually, and we are we are getting so close. So one day we'll get there, but for now, keep your head up. We got basketball and hockey season to get us through the winter months, and the football team will have to lock in and get ready for another run at it for next year. Speaking of basketball, the basketball team, at least on a positive note, is going to beat Maryland, as they had a 4:30 tip-off on Sunday. They are up 75-40 with 4 minutes and 20 seconds left in the second half. So they'll get a much-needed win to improve. Maryland only had 3 losses on the season, so that's a big one for Michigan. And they start the New Year's at least on a positive note for the hoop side. So we'll take it. We'll move on, but that'll do it of the Made on Ridgeway Sports Podcast. Hope you guys enjoyed. We'll catch you for our midweek football as we are getting close to the NFL playoffs. Let's go. I'm excited. Gotta try to find something to get excited for at this point. Because I'm feeling it. I'm feeling it at this point.
Pain.
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 Lots of pain. Have a good one, guys. Peace.
Peace out.